We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So it was reported by TMZ that Cardi B went berserk at SNL rehearsal after allegedly hearing a Nicki Minaj joke without even being mentioned in it. Sources claim that she then threatened to leave, threw her phone at a monitor backstage, and punched the screen until it broke. The alleged joke ultimately got scrapped, okay? So Cardi B had a complete meltdown, allegedly, because of a joke that was about Nicki Minaj, and it had nothing to do with Cardi B. Now, if you want to know what the joke is about, allegedly had to do with Nicki Minaj and Trump. That allegedly what the joke was about. They were gonna kind of redo or kind of make fun of Nicki Minaj's relationship with Trump and how she's been going to a lot of these events and bigging up him. So they had two actors that were gonna reenact Nicki and Trumpy, but Cardi B was upset about that. And allegedly the reason why she's upset is because she knows that if they do that, the time she's hosting, SNL, she's going to get blamed for it. So allegedly that's why she did not want that to happen, because she knew that the barbers were going to say, oh, Devil Nation's behind us. Oh, Titanic Records is behind us. So she was like, I don't want, her name to be mentioned when I'm doing a skit or a show on a platform. Okay, plus, like I said before, Cardi B still wants Nicki Minaj to apologize for calling culture ugly. Okay, or would she call her Gumby, or she said something about culture's gums, and says something about culture. I forgot exactly what it was, but Cardi B wants an apology for that. So with that being said, she doesn't really want Nicki Minaj's name to be mentioned when she's on certain platforms, because then she feel like the fans are going to say, oh, you using Nicki Minaj, you need Nicki Minaj to go viral. Oh, Rock Nation, Titanic Records is behind us. So that's the main reason, okay? In my opinion, I feel like, SNL, they usually always do skits on celebrities. They've done skits on Nicki and Trump before. But I think it probably was a smart decision not to mention Nicki Minaj, because Cardi B definitely would have gotten dragged for it. Okay. The only thing is with Cardi B also, she's not only getting dragged by the barb, she's getting dragged by, that side as well. We just saw Trump's advisor go after her a few days ago. So that's another reason why she don't want to be included in anything Nicki has in regards to Trump. Now, Cardi B chimes in and says, all these little random stories, fuck it. Let them talk. Let them eat cake. Let them come to the ball, okay? Then one of Cardi B's employees, who was on the set of SNL, said, I was there. She did not break anything. The lies. But they are not denying the allegations that she went ballistic. They're just saying she didn't break nothing. Neither Cardi B or the employees at SNL or Cardi B's employees are denying these allegations, which lets me know there's some truth to it. And listen, Cardi B never gets held accountable when she goes off on people. Only Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. If this was a story about Nicki Minaj going off on a set, it would be everywhere. Okay. Now, Nicki Minaj's former best friend, Ra Ali, had a Young Miami lookalike in a skit or a series she's doing about Nicki Minaj. Okay, so allegedly, this is Nicki Minaj, but it looked like Pissy Face Carisha. I was like, I didn't know she was close to Pissy Face Carisha, but it's actually Nicki Minaj, and allegedly she's trying to allude to Nicki Minaj having some sort of a substance issue, or that she can easily go off on people based on what she's saying in the little skit. Okay, that Nicki be breaking down when they were, close. Obviously, she don't know anything now, but when they were close, Nicki would call her in the middle of the night and start breaking down, and a lot of fans are speculating it was substance withdrawals. Okay, so she's trying to push a certain narrative. My whole thing with Raleigh is, one, you could have gotten a better actor. This looks nothing like Nicki Minaj. Okay, I thought this was Carisha Pissy Face Young Miami. I said, who the fuck is this? Sukihana? This don't look like Nicki Minaj. And then another thing is, Ra, you gotta let it go. Okay? It feels like you being extra thirsty. And I feel like eventually Raleigh is gonna try to do some sort of sit down interview and spill Nicki's tea. But it's giving thirsty. Nicki don't fuck with you anymore. She's been paying you dust. Let it go. Okay? Like, why are you making skits and TV series on an iPhone? Okay, you can't even afford a high-budget TV series or skit. Drewski got the best skits. You need to get with his team. This looks a mess, okay? And I feel like Raj is being thirsty. She's trying to get Nicki Minaj's attention. Nicki's paying her dust. So that's why she's doing that. Now, moving on from that, Irreplaceable, the music of Beyonce, will be on Broadway, okay? So it has been reported some of the best voices from Broadway and other genres will come together to honor Beyonce in an incredible show on March 2nd in New York. Produced by Anthony Aloka and Terrence Lambert and Julia Nyman, okay? And they got some people that got some talent. I see somebody from Frozen, Harris Matthew from Frozen, and also he was on the Donna Summer musical. Okay, so they got some heavy hitters. But with that being said, I feel like we do not need a musical on no damn Irreplaceable. Okay, Irreplaceable was a good song, but if you're going to do a musical on any song or album, it would need to be Lemonade. Y'all are slow. It's like, goodness gracious, y'all can't come up with a good idea to save your life. I be coming up with better ideas. Irreplaceable does not, with a capital no, it does not need a fucking Broadway show. Okay? If you're going to do something, it would have to be Lemonade. Duh. I mean, it's just like, really? Irreplaceable? Like y'all is slow. I'm not going to see this. This is a chop for me. No, we going to wait for Act 3 and call it a day. People always try to make money off of the queen. I hope Beyonce sends a cease and desist for this. This is a mess. Now, moving on from that, Sade is nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the second time. So the other nominees are Mariah Carey, Shakira, Luther Vandross, the Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol, INXS, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, New Order, New Edition, Oasis, Pink, and Wu-Tang Clan. I feel like the person that is missing is obviously Beyonce. I mean, Beyonce should definitely be getting the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, she got a rock album coming. Again, it was just so easy. Like, I don't get it. It's just not that hard. Like, none of these people, except for Mariah, I think definitely she deserves it. But none of these other people really make sense to me right now in this moment. Sade does, because she's an icon. She's a legend. Okay? Pink, I'm like, no. Pink, no. Wu-Tang, no. No, absolutely not. Luther Vandross, yes. Shakira, no. Okay, no, I think Shakira is an icon. She's a legend, but she don't deserve it right now. It would have made sense since Beyonce got a rock album coming to give her the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, y'all is just dumb. And it would have gave so much press to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Beyonce could have used that for her rollout. Y'all is slow. Y'all got to come up with better ideas and better nominations, honestly. Lauryn Hill definitely don't deserve it with one album. No shade. Like, she shouldn't be on the list. Now, Champagne Thickums has teased Iceman is coming in 2026, but he has not put out a date. In my opinion, it should have already came out because Iceman, Hello Winter, it should have been came out, but allegedly did get pushed back. But with that being said, there also has been some teasing of a song called Make Them Cry, okay? And it looks like Champagne Thickums is coming for people's necks, okay? I just hope he don't try to reunite the Kendrick Lamar beef. Just don't do that. Leave Kung Fu Kenny alone. I don't mind if he does JCole, though. No shade to JCole. JCole probably not going to do nothing anyway other than apologize on stage. Probably write a letter, okay, and post it on jcole.com or dreamville.com. You know, he's not that tough. So I don't really care if he go after JCole, no shade. But leave Kendrick Lamar alone. I think the only people that deserve to get this is ASAP. In my opinion, I think ASAP is the only person that really deserves it because he was throwing a lot of drags and disses in his album. So he deserved to get mollywopped, in my opinion. And if Rihanna got to catch a stray, she got to catch a stray. Okay? I'm not here for dissing women, but if she got to catch a stray, she might have to take that stray. Now, fans are calling out J. Cole for hanging out with TDE Fruit Punch and Daylight in the studio. They're saying, so Drake has this nigga Cole on tour just like a year ago, and now Cole is hanging with people that called Drake a pedo. Let me know how y'all feel about it. This is why I was saying that maybe, instead of going at Kung Fu Kenny, maybe go at J. Cole. Okay? It makes perfect sense. I mean, in my opinion, J. Cole not going to do anything anyway. Okay? And I think one thing about J. Cole, he just tries to remain neutral. That's why I think he's still cool with TDE and he apologized to Kendrick. He wants to remain neutral. He don't really want beef like that. Okay, he vegan. So, I think that it would be an easy shot for Drake to go at J. Cole and get little to no response. Now, moving on from that, the most streamed female rappers of 2026 on Payola so far are Doja Cat with 659 million streams, Nicki Minaj with 600 million, and Cardi B with 325 million. Let me know how y'all feel about it. My thing is Cardi B, for her dropping a new album, is kind of low. That's a little bit low for Cardi B, but maybe these are the real numbers and not the fudge numbers. Because I'm thinking you just dropped an album, Don't WAP, and I Like It, and Bodak Yellow, aren't they like Diamond? And they were on the album, so shouldn't the billions and billions of streams count towards the, album sales? So I'm kind of confused, but these could be the real numbers, not the fake stuff that we're seeing on social media. No shade. And then Ice Spice claps back at a fan who is clowning her for using allegedly Ozempic. And she decided to come out and say, no, it wasn't Ozempic. I was depressed. That's what she said. She said she was sad. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I think two things could be true. I do think Ice Spice probably was going through some mental health issues because we got to understand, when she started losing that weight, what happened? She fell out with Nicki Minaj. She ain't had a hit, in my opinion, since, you say you was the shit, you not even a fart. Okay, she hasn't had a hit since then. On top of that, let's be very clear, she lost half of her fan base when them text message leak about her talking shit about Nicki Minaj. And then on top of that, she fell out with Cleo Trapper, who was her right-hand woman. She also went through 2 breakups. People don't talk about that, but remember, she was with Riot. Then she was with this basketball player and then this NFL player. And, she went through a few breakups. I think when she was that skinny, she was with Riot, though. Okay? But the point of the matter is she probably was going through a lot. So I do think two things could be true. But I also do think she was using Ozempic. I don't think that she was really working out. And that's why she lost all that weight. I think she was definitely using the Ozempic. That's just my opinion. But she probably also was severely depressed, okay? So, hopefully she's in a much better headspace. But with Ice Spice, in my opinion, I think her career is over. I don't see many people checking for Ice Spice anymore. I think her career is pretty much dead unless she does some sort of collaboration. But that's about it. But let me know how y'all feel about it, and if you guys believe Ice Spice, or do you believe the theory that she was using Ozempic? I think two things could be true, but hopefully her mental health is in a much better headspace, and hopefully she find a hit soon, because I think if she don't, she's gonna get shelved. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Hillary, Dove, Taylor, Selena, Nicki, and Camel Face on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.